So before I start with my tutorial, I just wanted to show you the little kit I put together. So this is everything you need to be able to complete a box of 6 of these beautiful festive crochet baubles here. So you've got your 6 baubles there, all of the yarns that you need, and this is James C. Brett pure cotton. So this is, you know, premium cottons that you've got in there, and plenty as well. So there's plenty for if you make any mistakes, but also you could probably make yourself 2 sets out of the amount of yarn that I'm about to give you. You've got your 3.5mm hook there, so that's handy for other projects. So it's good to start getting all of your tools together if you're just starting out with some crochet. You've got your yarn needle there, and then also you'll have the written pattern PDF with all of the photo tutorials there, and you can have that in US terminology or UK terminology. So that's everything that you need in there. I've put a link in the bottom. The best thing about this as well is once you've completed all of your baubles, you can put them in this lovely box with all the gift wrap and everything, and they're ready to give away as gifts. So you have everything you need there for the perfect Christmas gift, handmade gift from yourself or to yourself. You know, I've actually made quite a few of these for myself, I'm not gonna lie. So if you are looking to purchase this or just the pattern, everything will be linked below for you. But I just wanted to show you that this is available if you wanted to choose to have everything sent to you ready to go with all the amounts of everything that you need. Hi, thanks for joining me for my tutorial today. I'm going to be showing you how to make these lovely festive Christmassy baubles. They're so easy to make and you don't need a lot of materials, so the perfect stash buster. You can use all those little ends of yarn or little balls that you haven't got enough to make any big projects with. Very cheap to make things with as well. So we've just got standard baubles here. You know, you can find them anywhere at the moment. You know, a big box of these doesn't cost much at all. So I'm going to show you what you're going to need. I've been using James C. Brett, which is one of my go-to yarns. I'm a big fan of James C. Brett. They seem to be quite high quality yarns. The first colour I've got here, which is called colour A in the pattern. For any of the materials or anything like that, there's a link below, which will give you the written pattern in UK and US terminology. I will be doing the tutorial in US terminology today, so you can follow along visually, or if you want the written pattern to follow along in UK, just go to the link below. So this is just pure 100% DK cotton. You can use other yarns. I will give you some tips in the written pattern on how to change the hook size or the yarn weight, if that's what you have. Obviously I've not tried this in all of the different weights and hooks, but I can help you sort of gauge how you're going to use your own materials for that. So the first colour I've got is just white, shade IC04. And then I've got this lovely green, festive green. It's emerald in IC33. And then red, which is IC12. Lovely, vibrant colours. They go so well together. And like I said, this is just, how cute is that? So festive, and they're going to look great hung on a tree. These are perfect gifts. So if you've got any last minute gifts that you want to whip up quickly, you can make quite a few of these. Just, you know, they're so quick and easy to make that it's quite enjoyable sat there making quite a few of these in an evening. So if you are a beginner, I will try and take things slowly and show you the basic stitches. We're just using double crochet, single crochet and some slip stitches. We'll do different sort of clusters of these in different ways in the round to make a lovely texture. So let's start with our DK white yarn. Okay, you're going to need a 3.5mm hook, just some yarn scissors there, lovely sharp ones I like to use, and a yarn needle. Okay, so we are going to begin with a magic circle. If you haven't done one of these before, maybe just before you get going and trying to make your bauble, just have a little practice. They are easy to make, but they can be quite fiddly at the beginning. So I'll show you how to make one of these. So you're going to grab your yarn and you're going to put the free edge to the outside. Okay, so instead of working it around your fingers this way, pull it forward so your free edge is to the outside, and you're going to wrap it around your 2 fingers like this. So you're going to wrap once and twice, so you've got 3 loops there on your fingers. So you're going to insert your hook underneath these 3 hoops, and you're going to grab the first one, give it a little twist, and you're going to pull it through those 2 loops. Now this starts to get a bit fiddly, but with some practice you'll be able to pull those off without unraveling the whole thing. So to secure this, we're going to do a chain 1. That just stops the loop from coming undone there. We're going to chain 1 more, and then 1 more again. So 3 chains just there. So that will count as our first double crochet. And then we're going to do 11 double crochets into the ring. So we're going to have 12 in total, but I'm including that chain 3 there. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to go into that loop, into your magic circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through the 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook. So you're doing a double crochet into that magic circle there. So I'll do that again. So we'll yarn over, go into the circle, yarn over, pull through the circle, yarn over again, pull through your 2 loops, yarn over and pull through your 2 loops again. Okay, so we want to complete 11 double crochets into that magic circle. Okay, so once you've finished your 2 double crochets into that magic circle, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. It will look loose at the moment, but we're going to make that nice and sturdy and tight now. So we're just going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. So the top stitch there. So just put your hook through, yarn over and pull through both loops there. So that's your slip stitch. And what we're going to do is this loose end here, we're going to give that a nice strong pull as tight as you can. It won't snap, so it's very, very strong yarn, so make sure you put it really, really tight, and that will put it all together like that, so you've got a nice neat ring there. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to change colors for the next round. So we're just going to yarn off there, and we're going to secure this by just finishing it off there. Okay, now if you're used to doing magic circles, you'll probably have your own way of securing the yarn, because as you'll know, as you start to work, this will start to come loose. We don't want that, we don't want a hole in the middle. So I always secure it at the beginning. So I just grab my yarn needle and thread that through. I like to do it now because then it does stay nice and tight and I don't have to sort of go back and tighten up at the end. So just grab your yarn needle there. You should have a nice long tail, and I just go into the back of the circle and I just go under the stitches there, under quite a few, so you want to secure it nice and tight, and just pull your yarn needle through, and then when you've got a little loop, tuck it under there and pull it tight. This will give you a nice knot. Now I tend to do that twice just to make sure that it's nice and secure and it's not going to come undone. There we go. Okay, don't worry what it looks like because this is going to be the inside, so you're not going to see that. And then just weave that end in a little bit so we can cut it off. That way we won't have our yarns hanging around, the tails getting in our way. So I can cut that off now. That is going to stay lovely and secure, and this magic circle is not going to unravel as I start to do my rounds. Okay, so that is how it should look at the moment. We're going to move on to round 2 now with colour B, which is my nice emerald green here. So I'm going to start round 2 with colour B, which is my nice green colour here. I'm going to use any stitch here just to go into, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch. So into your stitch with with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 3. This counts as my first double crochet, and I'm going to go into the same stitch and I'm going to do another double crochet. So this will count as 2 double crochets in the stitch. So just like that, into the stitch around, could be any one to begin with. Then I'm going to go into the next stitch and I'm going to do 2 double crochets. Okay, so you're 2 double crochets into each chain around. So I like to weave my ends in as I go. Doesn't work for every round sometimes, but I will weave that end in as I go around, just so I haven't got so many to weave in at the end. So into each stitch around, 2 double crochets. That should leave you with 24 double crochets around your circle. Okay, once you've completed your double crochets, you should have 24 double crochets, 2 in each stitch all the way around your magic ring, like this. So what we're going to do to finish this round is we're just going to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, put it through. Okay, and then we'll cut off a little tail just so we can secure that round. And that is round 2. Very easy, simple stitches, and it should start to look like this. So we'll continue with colour C, which is our red colour. So for round 3, there are only 6 rounds, so we're halfway through now. It's a very quick and simple project here. So we're just going to go into the space between 2 double crochets. So never in between the 2 double crochets, in between the space between your sets of double crochets. So we're going to go into the middle there. So that space in between, not in between the 2, but in between our 2 sets of them. So we're going to go in with our red yarn and we're going to do a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 3. Again, this counts as our first double crochet, and we're going to do another double crochet into that space, into the same space that we slip stitched into. So 2 double crochets into the space between. Then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to skip 2 double crochets, and we're going to go into that next space. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to go into the space between the double crochets again. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So we'll do 2 double crochets into that space again, and then a chain 1. Okay, so we're joining into that space there. We're doing our chain 3, that's our first double crochet. Our second double crochet in the same space, chain 1, skip 2 double crochets there and go into the space after those and do 2 double crochets. Now we're going to repeat this all the way around. So we'll skip 2 double crochets again and go into the space after them and do 2 double crochets. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. You'll have 24 double crochets. Just 2 double crochets and a chain 1 in that space, skip 2 double crochets and go into the next space. So we'll do this all the way around our ring. So our ring starts to look a bit like this. How gorgeous is that? These colours go so well together. They're so festive and vibrant. They couldn't work any better with each other. So when you've done your last set of double crochets, make sure you do your chain 1 there, and then you're going to do a slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Pull that through, and you've completed round 3. So your piece should look a bit like this. We're just going to yarn that off there and secure that. So we're going to go back to our white colour now for round 4, so colour A. Okay, so for round 4, we're back to our white yarn here, and I just want to show you what we're going to be doing. So for this round, we're going to be using what I call a tall loop stitch. So for this stitch, what you do is you'll go up and put a stitch into your green round here. So it's not the last round that you did, it's the one before that, so in between the double crochets. So just to show you what it will look like when you're done. Okay, so it gives a lovely pattern, just brings those colours in nicely together. So I'm going to show you how to do that tall loop. There are other people that call it different things. I think I've heard it being called a spike stitch. So yeah, different ways of doing it. I call it the tall loop. So we're going to show you how to do that this round. I apologise for the noise. There's heavy traffic outside today. Not much I can do about it, I'm afraid. So you can join in any of the double crochets around, but you want to put it into the first one. So if you're working anti-clockwise, which we will be, you'll be putting it into that first double crochet there. So into the top stitch of that double crochet, join your yarn with a slip stitch, and then do a single crochet into that same stitch. So into your first double crochet at the top in the stitch. Oh, that's not coming through there. Okay, so that's your first one. So then we're going to go into the second one, and we're going to do a single crochet. So that's just 2 single crochets into the top of your double crochets there. Now where you've got that space in between your double crochets, you've got your previous round here, which will be your green colour. You're just going to do a single crochet into there. So you take your yarn, your hook, and go through the centre of those green double crochets there, and yarn over behind your work, so behind your piece, pull it through, yarn over, and pull through those 2 loops. Now if it starts to gather and pull forward, don't worry, it will sort of straighten out the end, but you want to pull that loop up a bit and just give it some length there. So I'll show you again. So I'll have 2 double crochets here now, so I'll go into the top of the first one and do a single crochet. Try to work quite loosely as you do this. Into your next one, single crochet, and then into that space from round 2, we're going to put our hook in front to back, yarn over at the back of our work, put it through, pull the loop so it's the same length as your single crochets. So try and do that quite loosely there, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So as you'll see, you'll start to get these nice tall loops as you go around. So we're just going to repeat that all the way around our work. Okay, so I've come to the end of my round. I've done those tall loop stitches all the way around. It looks lovely. It's like a snowflake effect, I think. So very festive. So I've got to my last double crochet and I've just done a single crochet on the top of there. I'm going to do my last tall loop. So I'm going to go through my work to the back, yarn over my hook at the back of my work, pull it through, pull it to the same length as the working round, and then just pull that through and complete my single crochet. Then we're going to join into the first single crochet of the round. That could, you've got a bit of a knot there from where you've done your slip stitch, but you should be able to find that stitch quite easy. So that is round 4. So your work should look like this. It will press out, don't worry about it, just sort of give it a little pull around there. And we can finish off this round now. And we've finished working with the white for this half of the ball. So we're going to go back to round 5 with yarn colour B, which is our green, and we're going to do round 5. Nice and easy for round 5. We're just going to join our yarn in any of our single crochets with a slip stitch. We're going to do a single crochet into the same stitch, so that counts as a single crochet. And then we're just going to single crochet all the way around our work. So in each stitch around, go into your work, yarn over and pull through 2. So we're going to single crochet all the way around the edge of our work, and that is round 5. So nice and simple. We've nearly completed our first half of this bauble. So just nice, neat single crochets all the way around our work. So I'm at the end of round 5, just nice neat stitches, single crochet all the way around there. You'll start to see your work sort of become a little bit concave like that. That's what we want. That's how it's going to fit nice and snug around the bauble. So we're just going to go into our first single crochet into a slip stitch just to fasten off this round. And then again, nice and easy, we're going to repeat round 5 with our colour C, which is our red yarn. And we're just going to do nice neat single crochets around there. So joining on with colour C now, just any stitch around into the top, join your yarn with a slip stitch, and we're just going to repeat round 5, single crochet into the first stitch there. Oh, if I can put it through. And then nice neat single crochets all the way around, just like round 5, but in our red yarn. And this is our last round. Just completed my final round there, round 6. Nice and neat round there. Look at these lovely colours, I love it. And we're just going to fasten off by slip stitching into the first single crochet of our round. Pulling that through. Now I like to keep a long tail for my first half, so we're going to make 2 of these, and for the first one is when I keep my long tail. So you'll want it at about the length of going around this twice, so twice the diameter of your piece. So just make sure you leave plenty. This is for stitching the 2 pieces together onto your bauble. So I just do that for the first one, and then you're going to want to weave in any ends that you have, and this is going to be your first half of your bauble. So we've got one half there, and we're going to make another one exactly the same, and I'll show you how to join them. For your second one, you don't need to leave a long tail. You can just fasten off and weave in all your ends, and then I will show you how we join these onto our bauble. but very simple, nice little rounds. And like I say, they're quite enjoyable to make because it is changing colours and doing different stitches, but it's just very quick and beautiful. I love them. So go ahead and make your second one following the same steps that we've just shown you now, and then come back and I'll show you how we assemble the bauble. I've now got my 2 pieces finished. So with your second piece, go ahead and weave in all those ends. You don't need a long tail for that one. And I've just put my needle onto my tail here. I'm going to grab my bauble. So sort of place it in there so it's like a little nest, and then position your top piece on there, usually the one that you're working with. So with your tail on, go at the front. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick up this single crochet from that round. So go through both loops. So if you can see there, I'm going through both the loops on the top. I'm going to pull that through, and I'm going to pick up the other stitch on the other side, going through both loops. So I'll just go through and then I'll show you a close up. So that's going through both single crochets there, and you're going to pull that tight. Usually it goes a bit tighter on the next round, which is a bit easier. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to crisscross across the top of our work here. We're going to stitch that and pull that really tight, and then that will close. So do that all the way around. Just go through 2 loops on one side, your front side, through 2 loops the other side, and pull that through. Keep it nice and tight all the way around. And this is how we finish our bauble. So I'll just do that all the way around, and then I'll show you how to fasten off. Okay, so I've got to the top now, and that looks beautiful all the way around, nice and neat. If you've got to the top and there's a bit of a gap where you started, I just sort of weave my needle through to the other side, and then I'll go ahead and do a few stitches across the top there. Oh, that thing's popped off, but they're easy to go back on. So just doing a nice few stitches there just to tighten it all up. There we go. Okay, and then go ahead and fasten off. So I like to do a nice knot at the top, which you never see. Nice top, tight knot there. I'm going to do 2 just to make sure. Don't want to they should last a very long time. This is 100% pure cotton wool, so very durable. As long as we do these nice and tight, pretty much would last forever. So just weave that end through there, so you can give that a little tug. And we have completed our festive Christmas bauble. How lovely is that? So neat, beautiful colours, very festive. You can obviously use any colours you like. You could use 2 colours, or you could do a different colour for every single round. I like working with 3, I think it goes really well together, but I just love how festive these are. So go ahead and make yourself a bunch of them. Again, anything that you need to know, follow my links below for the UK, US terminology, written patterns. You can go ahead and purchase the kit. everything in there for you to be able to create a set of 6 with a gift box and everything that you need to be able to give these away as a beautiful present. And thank you for coming along to my tutorial today.